What's up, guys? It's Mark Hill from the Gentleman's Club, back with another video. And today we're going to talk about something that I've really been wanting to talk about right now. The whole entire ESPN thing that's going on, the ESPN Plus subscription thing has been going way out of hand right now. Dog, you literally have to pay for 2 subscriptions just to watch a bum. Excuse my French. Excuse my language. But bum ass niggas fight in the UFC. Look, I'm not paying $50 just to watch RDA and Kevin Lee. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. And then plus I gotta pay for an ESPN Plus subscription over that. So you telling me I have to do all that just to watch some bum niggas fight? Really? Really? That really. So I have to do all that just to watch some dumb niggas fight. And you know what? I was watching the Joe Rogan's podcast, and oh my god, man. They literally made, what was it, in the Rose Namajunas, they made like 50,000 pay-per-view buys because they're greedy. They don't care. They don't care. They're gonna make money regardless. I mean, that was a good fight. It was a really good fight, and it's a damn shame that we have this crap going on where we gotta pay for ESPN Plus and then we gotta pay for the pay-per-view. Dog, that's why I'm telling you, everybody is doing this stuff illegally now. Like, literally, I'm telling you, I am not going to say anything about them because I do not blame them, right? I do not blame them for doing stuff illegally. You know, when you want to pay for, I'm not going to be retarded and pay $50 to watch Kevin Lee and RDA, or however much they pay for. I'm not paying for anything that's subscription unless if it's Netflix or Hulu. I'm not paying to see a fight once a month. That's $60 a month. Really? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Once a month there might be good fights. Like, I'm telling you, they are really, like, Jewing us. Ever since this Reebok deal, I'm telling you, like, these dudes have been being so, like, gay. Like, I'm telling you, they've been being so gay with this crap. ESPN Plus, really? You see what DAZN's going on right now? You see what's going on with DAZN? They're paying all these dudes, like, not crap contracts, a boatload of money. And I saw something on Twitter that they were not going out of business. But it wasn't filing for bankruptcy. It was something like, what was it? It was something like they were sending the business to somebody else, or like they were getting like bought out to some electric company. And I mean, if it's true, because I saw it on Twitter, it looked real. I mean, I don't know if it's real or not, but if that's true, that just goes to show that you want to make things easier for the customer, because the customer does not want to look 2 hours. They do not want to look for 2 hours just for a UFC fight. Or anything. I don't care if it was Game of Thrones. I don't care if it was Elder Scrolls 6. I don't care if it was anything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl. Regardless or what. You should not be making users pay a subscription fee for ESPN Plus and then making them pay for your trash pay-per-view. Right? Because to be honest, that RDA card wasn't that great, if I was being honest with you. But yeah. It's just stupid how they set this crap up, and it's really getting me mad because ESPN sucks, man. ESPN is the worst. It's literally the worst. And I'll tell you exactly why they're the worst, right? Like Top Rank. Nobody's at Top Rank. You got boxing. Nobody is on Top Rank except Crawford. Who else is on Top Rank now? Crawford and Fury. Fury only did it for the money. I mean, everybody does it for the money, but Top Rank. Really? Top Rank, ESPN. These are the people that you want to make a deal with ESPN. They haven't been relevant since First Take, when Stephen A. Smith and the other one, and the LeBron James hater always did First Take. Ever since Stephen A. left, what was Stephen A? Yeah, it was Stephen A. Oh no, not Stephen A. Ever since the LeBron James hater left, it's been just going downhill. I mean, don't get me wrong, First Take is still good, right? First Take is still real. I watch First Take. I like First Take, but how they have their business set up right now is not good. Because basically what's making them flow is First Take. Really. I'm being dead serious. First Take. Because they're not getting money off of anything else. Really. If you really think about it, what else are they getting money from? Televised basketball? I don't know. They might. Not that much. It's really First Take. And if you think about it, ESPN isn't popping like it used to. Like, it's not big anymore. Like, you could have made a deal with anybody else. You didn't even have to make a deal. I didn't see what the problem was. You didn't have to make a single deal with anybody, but let's be greedy and let's get more money. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that until you get 50,000 buys. Really? 50,000 buys? 100,000 buys? Are you serious? These are what your good fights are making. 50,000 pay-per-view buys. 100,000 pay-per-view buys. What the hell is that? Nothing. I'll tell you exactly what it means. NOTHING. Nothing. That's exactly what it is. Absolutely nothing. You should have just stick to cable. Why didn't you just do that? Why couldn't you just stick to cable? Or why didn't you set up your own? Why did you have to make a deal with the ESPN? Why couldn't you just make like UFC Plus or something? Really? Come on. Seriously though, you could have just set up your own. I mean, how hard would that be? Oh no, instead, let's go and get ESPN Plus, which is, first off, I want to talk about ESPN Plus right now. First of all, once you get in and you want to do like your own membership and stuff, you have to go on your computer or go on your phone and type the stupid crap in that it tells you to type in, like the little security code crap. And then, that'll probably take about 30 minutes. Yeah, so 30 minutes are off. Oh, look, yay. I'm finally in ESPN Plus with my membership. That's probably 10 $10 a month, I'm being lenient. $10 a month, I don't know what it is. I don't have ESPN Plus. I don't care about ESPN Plus. So I'm just gonna say $10 a month, right? $10 a month. Now, you have $10 a month, and you're paying $10 a month for lame UFC fights, and there's only about, I'd say, three very hyped UFC bouts, right? You got Khabib, like stuff like that. I'm being lenient. 3, it's more like 2 or maybe 1. And you gotta pay for that. No, you have to pay for that on top of the like $45 pay-per-view. Like $60, I think it is, for a pay-per-view. It's nuts. It's not even funny. It's nuts. It's just insane. The amount of faggotry, if you'd like to call it, is. Because that is so gay. That is honestly the gayest thing. Why not just make ESPN Plus free, right? Just make ESPN Plus free, and then make people pay for the pay-per-view buys. No, because that's not making that ESPN any money. So you know what? How about you just discount the pay-per-view price? Huh? Just do that. Instead of making people buy full price for an ESPN Plus trash that's probably not even gonna work. I've heard stories that they couldn't even get onto ESPN. They couldn't even get on the UFC pay-per-view because ESPN Plus was messing up too much, and that is just stupid. It's just like the same exact thing with the Epic Game Store. Like, Epic Game Store isn't even fully running, yet people want to get on to ride the Epic Game Store's jock for what? For what? There's no point. You should have just hooked up with like Hulu or something. Hulu, Netflix, any of those. Like popular streaming services. NFL did it. NFL teamed up with Hulu. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you? Nah, I'm not the Zone. Don't team up with the Zone. Why couldn't you team up with Hulu though? Or just a big streaming service? Why couldn't you do that? ESPN Plus isn't a big streaming service. Nobody uses ESPN Plus. I don't know one dude that uses ESPN Plus around here. Nobody. Everybody is doing it illegally, right? And that is just the truth. Everybody's doing it illegally because ESPN sucks, and the illegal live ones are better. In fact, better than watching it on ESPN Plus, because you can barely watch it on ESPN Plus without it crashing on you or pulling some bullcrap. Really? That's how it's gonna be. And it's just crazy the fact that they were doing good. Like, that Khabib fight made over 1 million pay-per-views. I bet you if it was on ESPN Plus, it'd probably make half. Maybe 750,000. Nowhere near 1 million pay-per-view buys. It would probably make 500,000 pay-per-view buys. And still get a lot, don't get me wrong. But not as a lot as the easier choice. Or if it was even on Hulu, just imagine. Because they have the HBO things even on Hulu now. Like the HBO, what do they call it? HBO Plus is even on there now. They got Game of Thrones on there. They got all the new seasons on there. And it's nice, you know. You could have set up your own app. You set up your own streaming service, which would have been nice because you would have done that and the little boxing thing that you go on, I think. Don't they have something set up for like boxing or whatever? It doesn't matter. But anyways, it's stupid. I don't know why they had to do this. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on for like a few pay-per-views. I don't mind like ESPN as a whole. Like, I'm not gonna like look at an ESPN logo and just throw up, you know? ESPN makes good fights. Like, the ESPN fight nights are very good. Like, the UFC on ESPN, those are good. But I am not paying $70 for for a terrible UFC fight. I'm sorry. I'm not paying that much. Cause my expectations are gonna be high. I'm like, this better be good. This better be good. Especially when I'm paying you a week's worth of money, a week's worth of busting tables, doing all that, working mad hard, doing me, and I come out and pay $60 for a trash fight, right? And it's just stupid. It's dumb. It shouldn't be like this. And what about the people that don't have these smart TVs and just like have cable? They're not gonna want to watch it on their computer or on their or on their phone. They might have it still on TV though. They might still have it on TV, or they might still have it on cable. I don't really know. I don't have cable anymore, but for the people, I don't even know. But for the people that do have cable and don't have like a smart TV or anything, how are they supposed to watch it? And this is if it's still not on cable or not. I don't know if it's not on cable or not. I don't think it is, because they made up a deal. Yeah, but what about the people that have cable and don't have things like smart TVs? They're not going to watch it on a computer. And that's even if they have a computer. So they're going to go on their phone. What if they don't have a phone? What if they don't have any service on their phone? What if they have bad internet? What if they have like Cricket Wireless and their Wi-Fi, and their data is terrible? What if they have Straight Talk? Yeah, terrible. So you know they're gonna be like, screw this. I'm just gonna go rip it off. I'm just gonna look it up online. Well, they can't do that either because it sucks. So you know what they're gonna do? Nothing. They're just gonna keep watching cable TV. And you know what somebody's gonna argue? Oh, why don't they just buy a smart TV then? Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they don't want to pay for a smart TV just to pay for a subscription for a app that sucks, and maybe they just don't like the UFC that much to buy a $700 smart TV and a ESPN Trash Plus subscription. What else do I have for that? Honestly, does I bet you anybody that's listening to this does not give two flying fricks about ESPN Plus, because I bet you $1 million that they don't have it. Alright, next I want to talk about the Toronto and the Bucks game. The Toronto and Bucks game. That happened a few days ago. I'm late, whatever. But anyways, Toronto beat them. I'm not going to say Milwaukee's trash. They're not trash at all. But this just goes to show what overhyped. They're not experienced enough. This is like Milwaukee's like first playoff conference final since Giannis has been over here. The last time they've been in the finals was like years ago. So I told everybody because I remember this one. My friend asked me. He was like, "So what do you think? Who's gonna win against Milwaukee versus 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 Golden State. I said Golden State. He said, "Are you kidding? Giannis is a beast, and they have they don't have that amount of experience. Like the Warriors have been to 5 straight appearances. Am I wrong? No, right? They have been to 5. It said it was 5 or 4. I don't. They went to a lot. That's all I care about. They've been to a lot of finals, not conference finals. And they already smoked the boots off of who was it? But anyways, as we're doing this right now, they smoked the boots out of whoever it was. I don't know who it was. But Milwaukee, they're in the East. And mind you, the East does not have as much competition as it used to back in the olden days, right? You know, the best competition that they have against Giannis is Kawhi, you know. And when Kawhi guards you, you're basically locked down for the whole entire thing, right? And for that role-playing team to work, for those role players to work, they need their leader, right? So if you don't have your leader, how are you supposed to win? It's like a game of chess, right? It's like a game of chess. If you don't have your king, you lose automatically. Am I wrong? There is no queen. There's nothing. If your king dies, if your king is killed, it's gone. Like, everything is gone. So, that's exactly what happened. And, I'm telling you, Kawhi is he is a clutch player. That's all we know. He's a good player. Shit. He's a good player, you know, and sorry, I just gotta look this up real quick. Yeah, and the Bucks are up 3-2. You know, they beat the Raptors. You know, Bucks won Game 3, and they won Game 5. You know, the games that they won too weren't that close. Like, they beat them by 6. The other one beat them by 6. The other one, Bucks beat them by 8. The first one, and then they've been on a 2-game winning streak. So I'm telling you, as long as Kawhi Leonard stays on Giannis is barely gonna get. Hold on, let me see the what Giannis got. He got 24 points, which is absolute terrible for a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sorry for the ear rape, but I just had to do that. He was 39 minutes, 24 points. Chris Middleton, 6 points. Brook Lopez, 16, which isn't bad for Brook, right? Eric Bledsoe, 20, which is decent. But as we go, Kawhi Leonard, 35 points. Pascal, 14 points. Marc Gasol, 4 points. Trash. Kyle Lowry, 17. And this Fred Van Vliet guy got 21. And, yeah, I don't care what you say. Kawhi Leonard is the best defender in probably in history, if I gotta be honest. I've never seen a defender like that. I've seen Sean Kemp, but he is just a different breed. 40 minutes for 35 points against Giannis. Giannis needs to work on his defense because Kawhi Leonard is not the greatest offensive player of all time. He should not be getting 35 points against Giannis, but he did. And let's go back to the other one, right? Giannis, 12 points. Wow, 12 points, which is absolutely terrible for 45 minutes. He played on 45 minutes for 12 points, which is absolute garbage trash. Brook Lopez, 16 again, playing very consistent. George Hill went off, 24 points. Malcolm Brogdon, 20. But you know what? As we go over here, we can see that our main man, Kawhi Leonard, 52 minutes for 36 points. Pascal, I'm not even going to say his last name, I'm going to ruin it. But Pascal got 25 points. Marc Gasol, 16 points, which is very good. Norman Powell, 19 points. So this just goes to show Toronto is a better team. Everybody's been saying Toronto has a bad defense. I don't know what they're talking about. They were actually playing terrible defense that one game, the first game against the Bucks, right? But as we know, people don't always play good. Teams don't always play great. You know, they started to come back. They started playing good defense. Second game, Giannis only gets 12 points. Right? Giannis only gets 12 points, which is terrible for a guy like Giannis. Absolutely terrible. Right? And we'll go to the third one. And, yeah. We already talked about the third one, right? So, all I gotta say about that is, everybody's been sleeping on Toronto. Everybody's been overhyping the Bucks. And you will find out when the Bucks lose in game 6 that the Bucks aren't really I'm not going to say they're really not that good because they were the number 1 seed, right? But the Bucks against a good defensive team are not good. Because Giannis does not know how to play against a guy like Kawhi Leonard for 7 games straight. I don't think they're going to go 7. I think they're going to... Yeah, I don't think they're going to go 7. Oh, wow, I did not see this. My bad. Hold the phone. Yeah, so game 2 was very bad. Kawhi Leonard still put up monster points, right? But his defense was very, very off, right? Game 1 they lost. Game 2 they lost. Sorry. Game 3 they won by 6 points. I told you already. Game 5 they won by 6 points, which was, we already talked about. Game 4. This was not the one that I talked about. I did not talk about Game 4, right? So let's go to Game 4. 25 points for Giannis. It's a little bad. Chris Middleton, 30 points. Very good. The rest of the team didn't even get double digits except Marriott. Right? We go over here. Kawhi, 19 points. Not that bad. Not bad because he's really not an ultimate offensive dude, right? And Pascal got 7. Kind of terrible, but whatever. Marc Gasol, 17. Not bad. Kyle Lowry, 25. Not bad. Danny Green, 4. I don't know. Norman Powell, 18. 13. And Van Fleet, 13. Serge Ibaka, 17. So yeah, they just had a better role-playing team that game. But look though, like the only people, like as we keep going on in these playoff games, the only people we see that are getting points are Chris Middleton and Giannis. Because who else is getting points? Nobody. George Hill was the only one that got over 20 points. Literally the only guy that got on over 20 points. That name wasn't Chris Middleton or Giannis. Everybody else got either under 15 points or even under double digits. So, yeah, that's what I mean by experience. They don't have enough experience. They don't know how this game goes. See, when you're playing a game like basketball, right? You want to have a rounded team, but if your team doesn't know how to play defense, it's tough. It's tough, right? So what do I think's gonna happen next game? Which is actually today, mind you. Today at 8:30 p.m. I don't know where the hell to watch it. Like I said, I don't have cable. But anyways, what do I think about this game? I think Toronto's gonna beat them 112-106. Mark my words. Giannis is very good. The team isn't. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, we're almost up to the mark, and I'll see you guys later.